Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninjas, and I want to start this video by thanking all of you guys. I did a video yesterday covering the latest update, and what I didn't know was, well, I should have known, because I did ask my friend Andy and he gave me a list of games, but silly me, I thought I needed hacks. But a lot of games, especially many of the rare games, actually had native support for widescreen, and Donkey Kong 64 actually being one of them. Okay, so what you have to do with a lot of the games is go into settings, set it to widescreen mode, and then you can go into the OSD and then just choose a full screen option instead of like the 4x3 option, and then bang, you are playing certain games in widescreen. A special thank you out to Emmett and WizDude, who gave me a bunch of games that I can actually try out right now. I'm actually supposed to be helping my wife with some stuff, but I told her about the embarrassing video I made yesterday and the oversights by me, and she's actually given me like 90 minutes to get everything done before I have to resume my duties. But that's awesome of her. And as you can see, Donkey Kong Country, I'm such a SNES guy. Donkey Kong 64 looks decent in widescreen. I don't want to really get too far into game because A, I don't have the time, B, I suck at 3D platformers, but you can kind of see it here. The main thing that I'll say here is have a look at the options. There's a lot of stuff in options. Like, for example, another thing in the options was I could skip the bloody cinematics. When I first filmed this game, I didn't get into options. I sat there watching story upon story upon story. I could have just skipped it and my video kind of filming time would have been a lot shorter. I could have got more stuff done. So one thing that I'm learning, it's worth looking at the options for all the games. And yeah, I just want to thank you all you guys, because whenever I make a video, you guys always post useful information in the comments, and you know, this is a learning journey for me as I'm kind of checking stuff out on the court. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, and you guys really help me with that, so that is super appreciated. Anyway, let's have a look at the next game now. Okay, next up guys, let's have a look at Perfect Dark. So this is the patch version because the vanilla version won't run on the core. I've got I've mentioned that in a previous video, so I won't go into that. But again, start up Perfect Dark, go into the options, go into video options and change it from 4:3 to 16:9, 16:9, then go into the OSD and then change it full screen. And I have to say, it looks really good in the widescreen. I kind of want to play Perfect Dark. I need to actually put it on my Steam Deck because, hey, you know, there's that reverse engineered kind of decap of Perfect Dark that runs on Windows, and they've got a Linux version. I just need to, I'm hoping I can play it on my Steam Deck with the Steam Deck controls, because on Windows you can only play it on mouse and keyboard, and hey, I don't really do mouse and keyboard that much. I mean, I can play a little bit on it, but I definitely prefer a controller. But as you can see, this just looks so nice in widescreen, and it's awesome to get the options that we're getting. So yesterday's video, we had a look at we only had a look at one game in widescreen, which was a ROM hack. But like I said, I learned I was mistaken. There's a lot of games that natively supported it. I just think at the time the Nintendo 64 was out and it was like the current console, I don't think any of us had a widescreen TV. It was all just your normal, you know, 4x3 TV. I think widescreen kind of came in on more the PlayStation 2 kind of generation, even though a lot of the PlayStation 2 games were 4x3, but I think that's when kind of widescreen started to get a little bit more integrated. By the time the PlayStation 3 was out, yeah, pretty much everything was widescreen because we had HD TVs. But man, Perfect Dark, I don't know if I might have made a mistake and called it GoldenEye, I'm not sure. Right, anyway, but Perfect Dark is looking good. It looks really good in widescreen, and you know, if you want to play it now, you can do, and it's fun and it's wide. Okay guys, the next game is Mickey's Speedway USA. Now, flashlight warning here, maybe I should have said it a little bit sooner, but there's flashing lights at the bottom, and at least for me, every time I put it into widescreen, I was getting those flashing lights. 4x3, I wasn't getting it. So when the game is running, just know that I'm going to edit it so that bar at the bottom completely disappears and it doesn't kind of blind you guys out. Okay, so guys, here we are. Now this looks really good in widescreen, but like I said, I've cropped that part out of the bottom. To be honest, I've enlarged the screen a little bit, so some of the sides are missing. So you've got everything from up top, but you haven't got the bottom of the screen, and that's because I don't want to kill you with those flashy lights. Believe me, while I'm watching it now, I can see the flashing lights on one of my screens, and it really isn't a pleasant experience. So I don't know why that is. I thought maybe it was just something a bit weird for this instance. So what I did was I put my MiSTer through a power cycle. I reset everything. I tried going for it, but I was getting that flashing line on this game every single time. So maybe this is something that's going to get resolved later. It's just really weird because it doesn't come when the aspect ratio is 4:3, but only when it's 16:9. And one thing I have to say, okay, so I tried this game previously when it kind of went into the game, and remember in the earlier days of the core, everything was like black and we were racing around in Shadow Dream Nightmare Land. This game is good. Like when you do the skids, they feel good. And now you can overskid where if you do it too much, here you go, you kind of like go out. But man, like this game is good. I would have never even considered this on the Nintendo 64. I would have just seen this as a cash grab for kids. But obviously, Rare are the ones behind it. And guys, this is a really good kart racer. Obviously, on the Nintendo 64, everything was kind of overshadowed or lived in the shadow of Mario Kart 64. Not even Diddy Kong really got the light of day. And like many of you have said, Diddy Kong's better for one player, Mario Kart is better for multiplayer. But man, this is a strong contender for an excellent karting game. Really, really good. And if you haven't tried it, definitely try it out now. Just remember, if you're going to play it in widescreen, it may just blind you. Okay, so here we have Jet Set Radio, and I'm having the same kind of issue with that. So widescreen off, it seems to be okay. As soon as I turn it on, I've got that flashy, like the flashing kind of thing at the bottom. Now, I'm sure this will get resolved in future updates, but for now, that's what's happening. And Jet Force Gemini, it just takes me to a crash. But I wanted to try it out because obviously this is one of the games with widescreen support. Okay, so guys, this is Mission Impossible, and I kind of like this game. It reminds me of like a poor man's Metal Gear Solid, just the way your character looks and kind of goes around. Definitely gives me those MGS vibes, but hey, it's Mission Impossible. And I like it. Again, the options, you change it to 16:9 and everything's looking taller. And then going into the OSD, I really should have gone, if you're going to go and you're going to change the aspect ratio, just move it up because the option's near the bottom and you can get there quicker. Like in this example where I went the long way around. There was definitely a shorter way, but this game kind of looks good. I don't know did anyone actually play this on here, because it kind of looks okay. I mean, I don't know how well it's aged, and kind of when I got a little bit further in the game, it was, I don't know, it felt a little bit ropey. But I mean, at the time, this might have been a good game. Definitely it kind of reminds me of, like, you know, that game on I think on the PS1, it was called like Spec Ops, like a cross between Spec Ops and Metal Gear. But I have to say, it's nice to see the options, the option for actually customizing your game and running your game on a widescreen was actually there on the Nintendo 64. Something that's completely new to me. I really didn't know this happened. When I did my video yesterday, I was actually looking for Rom Hacks. So I did a Mario 64 Rom hack, but I patched the no face file and that crashed for me. The other one that I had was Mario Kart 64 amped up, which is an absolute brilliant hack. And I remember when I did a video on that, there was options for different aspect ratios, so that was what kind of demonstrated it. And then again, the education you guys give me, man, like so many games supported it natively, and that's something interesting I've definitely learned about the Nintendo 64, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna learn a lot more stuff along the way. Okay, so here is a game called Starshot. I know nothing of this game, Jon Snow, and this is thanks to, I think, WizDude. So thanks, dude. Love the value you add to my comments. Always coming with positivity and useful information. In this case, I would have never even tested this game. There's nothing I know about this game, and hey, you know, I always say I'm not really into 3D platformers anyway, and if I was to start, I'd probably start on a more popular one. But hey, this has a widescreen option, and I ran it, and it looks really good. Everything looks in proportion, and yeah, guys, this is Starshot. So this kind of wraps it up for the video. I'm gonna have to go soon and just dedicate the rest of the day to my wife, but you know what, I'm a shortcuts kind of guy, as you probably know, so there might be a way I can kind of get everything done in 2 to 3 hours. I want to send a big shout out to my wife, who randomly does watch my videos, but I told her to stop watching the videos because I said it's gonna ruin your kind of YouTube recommendations. You're gonna keep getting gaming stuff. So I said thank you, you know, you don't have to do it anymore. I do appreciate your support in just kind of giving me the time and let me get away from some of the tasks I need to do, or at least let me delay some of the tasks that I need to do. Anyway, enough wife and family talk. this update is awesome. There's a lot of games that support widescreen natively, and they do a fantastic job of that on a widescreen, filling up all that real estate. You've got no wasted real estate. What I will be looking at, and feel free to help me in the comments as you guys usually do, if anyone's got a list of ROM hacks, widescreen ROM hacks. I know there's one of Super Mario 64. Maybe I have to try and get that working, because you know, squashing the normal Mario 64 just didn't look right, as we saw in yesterday's video. But that's it, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you for everyone in the last video actually kind of giving me lots of information, which gave me the opportunity to make this follow-up video. But that's it, guys. Time to go and help the wife. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. It's Sunday. Spend time with your families. And yeah, this is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.